The forest was still asleep when I fired up the engine and felt that first burst of cold dawn air hit my face. The headlights cut through a blanket of fog, the world around me glowing in silver mist as I rode deep into the woods. This wasn't just another hunting trip, it was the first wild boar hunt of the year, and for me that meant one thing: adrenaline, instinct, and survival. Out here it's not about trophies. It's about the challenge, the pulse of the wilderness, and the test of meeting nature head-on. If you've ever dreamed of standing toe-to-toe with a wild boar, or if you've done it and lived to tell the tale, hit that subscribe button and join the brotherhood of hunters who live for moments like this. 4 months now, wild boars have been tearing through farms and fields, ripping up crops, attacking livestock, and creeping dangerously close to small towns. These aren't harmless forest dwellers, they're powerful, fast, and unpredictable. A single boar can weigh over 300 pounds, and when startled, they can explode into a full charge faster than you'd ever believe. Some are 4 years old with tusks as long as your forearm, capable of slicing through brush, fences, and anything that stands in their way. And they carry more than just muscle. They bring diseases that threaten livestock, wildlife, and even humans who share the same ground. That's why hunts like this aren't just about sport, they're about balance, protection, and respect for the wild. When I reached the rendezvous point, the team was already set. You could feel the buzz in the air, a mix of nerves and excitement that only hunters know. I pulled my rifle, the one I've trusted for years, the one I call Boar Slayer. I steadied it against my shoulder, peered through the scope, and scanned the tree line. There, a dark shadow moved between the trees. My heart rate spiked. I exhaled slowly, lined up the shot, and pulled the trigger. One clean hit. The sound cracked through the stillness and chaos followed, boars scattering through the underbrush, their hooves drumming like thunder. But once you've hunted long enough, that chaos becomes a rhythm. I adjusted my stance, tracked the second boar through the trees, and fired again. Another perfect shot. Reflexes like that don't come overnight. They come from years of patience, discipline, and failure. So if you're watching this thinking, damn, that's clean, go ahead and smash that like button. You've got to respect the craft. We were shifting positions when the real test came. Out of nowhere, a massive boar burst from the bushes, charging straight at us. Time slowed down. I didn't run, there's no room for fear out here. Instinct took over. I dropped to one knee and fired 3 rapid shots. The 200-grain bullet hit square in the chest, right where the neck meets the throat. The beast stumbled, blood pumping from the wound, and collapsed just a few steps away. My buddies shouted, "Good shot," but I barely heard them. For a moment, everything went silent again. That's when you remember how raw and unforgiving nature can be. Out here, a single hesitation can mean the difference between walking away and never coming home. But hunting isn't what it used to be. Modern technology has changed the game. Mid-hunt, we deployed a drone to scan the valley below. From above, we could see everything: the trails, the movement, even heat signatures from a herd pushing down the ridge. GPS collars and trackers now let us monitor the herd's routes, feeding zones, and water sources in real time. It's a mix of old-school grit and new-school precision. You still need skill to pull the trigger, but now you can hunt smarter, move faster, and plan better. Every beep on that GPS could mean the difference between success and failure. The sun began to climb, and the sound of gunfire echoed through the valley. I spotted another boar racing down a ridge. I inhaled, steadied my breathing, and fired. One clean hit, the kind that makes all the hours of training worth it. As the rest scattered, we regrouped, splitting into smaller units to set ambushes in new locations. We came across some old traps, but snares don't cut it anymore. These boars are too strong, too smart, and too many. Now it's up to experienced hunters to restore balance in the forests and farmlands. If you understand what we do out here, if you believe in responsible hunting and protecting rural life, hit that subscribe button or drop a comment. We're always glad to hear from fellow hunters who share the same respect for nature. By late afternoon, the hunt had turned brutal. The sun was sinking behind the trees, painting the sky in red and gold. Our dogs were exhausted, their paws caked with mud, and we were running low on ammo. Still, we had taken down more than 50 wild boars, far beyond what we expected. Every successful hunt takes something out of you, and when your rifle starts to feel heavy and your rounds run low, you know it's time to call it a day. But before we packed up, we headed down to the open fields. That's where the real giants lived. Some of these beasts weighed over 440 pounds, too massive to chase by vehicle. We cornered one near the edge of the forest, a true monster of the wild. I lifted my double-barrel Benelli M4, aimed steady, and fired a clean close-range shot. The hit was perfect. It sent the boar staggering back, its weight shaking the ground as it fell. When the dust settled, the forest grew quiet again. The thrill faded, replaced by reflection. Hunting isn't just about the adrenaline or the perfect shot. It's about responsibility. These creatures, as wild and powerful as they are, have overrun farmlands, contaminated water sources, and even attacked pets and livestock. They carry dangerous diseases like brucellosis and trichinosis, spreading them through soil and streams. Without skilled hunters, their population would spiral out of control, devastating ecosystems and driving rural families off their land. That's why population control isn't cruelty, it's stewardship. It's protecting what matters. As we packed our gear and loaded the last of the boars, I looked out across the valley, quiet, calm, and free again, at least for now. This is what we do. It's not about glory. It's about grit, respect, and keeping balance in the wild. So if you stand for responsible hunting, if you understand the code of the wilderness, support the mission. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and help us show the world that what we do out here matters. Keep your rifle ready, your instincts sharp, and I'll see you on the next hunt.